and Teller wins a slot performing in their long-running Vegas magic show. Let's see if our first performer can do the trick.
My vision started going south when I was 9 years old. So I have no sight, but I don't call myself blind because I see things in ways that other people can't see. People always want to know how I can determine different cards. My thumbs and my fingers can feel things that other hands can't. I now have 10 eyeballs. I'm a card mechanic. I demonstrate how many ways you can be cheated at cards. A card mechanic is somebody who controls the outcome of a card game. And the techniques for the card table are literally 1,000 times more difficult to develop than the techniques used to perform card magic. Ever since I started karate, people say, "You're a black belt? How can you possibly fight?" I haven't missed a workout in 45 years and 2 weeks. And we all have obstacles, all of us. You know what I consider the worst disability of all? Procrastination and laziness. Give me blindness over that any day of the week.
Please welcome the amazing Richard Turner.
Penn, Teller, can you join me at my table, please?
Certainly.
Penn over here, Teller on this side. Come on.
Hello, sir.
Penn,
An honor.
pleasure.
An honor.
A pleasure. Well, howdy. I love it when the audience shows up. Well, I'm Richard Turner, and I represent why you should never play cards with strangers. As you heard, I'm not a magician. I'm what's known as a card mechanic, but what I do can appear very magical. Now, this is not to fool you yet, gentlemen. This is just to educate the audience. So when you play poker, blackjack, bridge, hold'em, whatever the game, you want to make sure the cards are evenly mixed. This is basic casino procedure, which is what is known as riffle. Riffle. You're supposed to do what's called a block cut or a strip cut. Another riffle, a cut. That is basic casino procedure. Now, in a private game, that's where the hustlers hang out. Here's something you never do when you play for money. Never shuffle with one hand. It makes the other players nervous. And when they see you shuffle with one hand followed by a one-hand flip around cut, they get up and run. You're left playing with yourself. Right, Ben?
Exactly, I know that one.
Now, Ben, how many times would you say I shuffle and cut this deck?
I would say
6 or 7?
6, 7, yeah.
Let's see if this deck is evenly mixed. Does that look pretty even, Penn? Do we have ace through king, ace through king, king through ace, king through ace? Did I shuffle it back into perfect numerical order?
I think you did, yeah.
Oh, well, we did it then, Penn. Thank you. Penn, would you do me a favor? Reach in and pull out a card, just any random card.
Okay.
Tell me when you got one.
I got one.
All right. Square up this mess here. I'm going to show you a few moves. Hand me the card face up.
Face up.
Face up. So tell the audience what you picked.
7 of hearts.
Watch the 7 of hearts. I'm going to show you how I can magically keep his 7 on top by dealing underneath the top card. Watch face up. This is called dealing seconds, but you have to deal the card as neatly as if you're dealing from the top. Watch, I'll deal it in super slow motion. Super slow motion. 7 on top. See, the dealer will hit the other players. I'm playing blackjack, I have a 14. Watch face up. See how the card stays as the second card kind of melts through the deck. Here's one-handed. Now, when the card is face down, when it's face down, see, you can't tell you've been swindled. Isn't that fun? Thank you. Now, y'all saw that I had a full deck of cards here. Penn, I want you to take this half and give it a casino wash. Face up. And Teller, you take this half. I want the audience to see cards being randomly scrambled, mixed, screwed up in every possible way you can.
Okay.
Got it? May I have your cards
Sure.
there? Penn, let's wash those. Teller, would you wash those 2 halves together, please? Square them up for us, Teller. And then turn them face down. And when you're done, shuffle them in any fashion you like. Tell me when you're done. When you're done, set them face down in front of me. All right. Penn.
Sir.
You are going to be my interpreter.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a few questions of Teller. You're going to tell me if he nods his head yes, or if he nods his head no.
Okay.
If you understood what I said, nod yes.
He said yes.
All right, we're in business. Have you ever played in a private game where it's your deal, it's Penn's deal, it's my deal? You know what I'm talking about. Deck is passed around the table.
Yes, he knows
Yes?
what you're talking
All
about.
right.
No, he doesn't play cards.
Really smart. Now, if this works, it'll almost look like magic because it'll appear as if nothing happened. I'm going to do the same thing you just watched. Riffle. And once again, you guys just scrambled these cards.
We did.
Riffle. And then, again, you're supposed to do what's called a strip, cut, another riffle, and a cut. Now, we're going to deal a hand of Hold'em. Penn, you're going to tell me how many players step up to the table. And mind you, we're doing this after the deck has been shuffled and cut.
Okay.
5, 6, or 7. Pick a number.
6.
6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have what's called a burn, and we have what's called the flop.
Yep.
Penn, what are those 3 cards? Tell the audience.
My favorite 3 of clubs, followed by the Jack of Spades and the King of Spades.
And we have a burn, and we have what's called the turn. What is that card?
That's the 6 of Spades.
And we have a burn, and we have what's called the river. What is that?
That's the King of Hearts.
Now, Penn, you can take any one of these hands here. Tell her these are yours. Don't let anyone see your cards. And let's see if you go ahead and turn over a few hands and see.
Any hand I want?
Any hand you want.
Okay, I've turned over the second hand.
And what do you have?
And I'll turn them all over, as a matter of
What
fact.
the heck? What the heck? Turn them all over. See, and I'll tell you this: no matter how good those hands are, they're not going to beat my partner Teller's hand.
Yeah, we got a queen and a 4, so
Nothing really exciting. Would you
queen
clear
and
those tables?
I sure will.
Clear that table. All right. Let me have your cards there, Teller. You can let go. He was afraid I was going to steal them. Now, once again, you shuffled and cut. Chose
Yes, we did.
6
Yes, we
players.
did.
Let's see what Teller has in the pocket. Penn, what is that?
That's a king.
And what is that?
That's another king.
The nuts. Once again, you shuffled and cut. You chose 6 players. And so on that board, we ended up with 4 kings, right?
Yes, we did.
Well, gentlemen, you can now go back to your huddle and see if you can reconstruct, believe it or not, the 13 different methods, techniques, and controls it took to take that wash-shuffle deck to deal that pat hand to my partner. Oh, and Teller, if I perhaps fooled you, do you want to communicate with me? My right ear reads lips. Anyway, hope you all had fun, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, Teller. So great.
Richard Turner.
Let me clean up my mess out of the way.
Fantastic. Here's some more.
Thank you.
No problem.
And you and I just
Oh.
Miss us.
Yeah.
We got nothing to say. He fooled us.
Oh my
Dead to rights.
goodness.
Never seen moves like that.
Thank you. That's years and years. You know.
Oh, yeah, I know. You got the trophy here. I want to make this
with it.
very clear to you, Richard. This trophy we're giving you, it says on it, from the bottom of our hearts, Richard. From the bottom of our hearts.
Well, thank you, thank you.
There you
oh,
go.
my.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow. Thank you.